It is March 25th. It's a Monday, 11:43 p.m. This is the video log that takes 30,000 to a million. We're about $54,000 in. Hopefully, we can get to a million soon. Might not happen for a while at this pace, but I'm making progress. After I take you through today's trades, we're going to talk about having an edge as a trader, or really as any competitor, but the importance of having an edge and what that could look like in order to build you into, or me, into a better trader. So let's get into the account here. We're sitting at a 54,000, which is just about $100 higher than what it was yesterday. The biggest reason was the down day of Apple, which is putting me at negative $186. And then some other big movers. There's EXK, which I sold 200 shares of. I'll show you in a second. O Realty Fund, C-SPAN. The Russian market was up $42 today, a little bit over. Wheat and precious metals, another big day. Big winners, wheat and precious metals. I might have to sell them soon because they've been getting a little overextended. And the uranium stocks showing finally some strength. Chemical, energy fuels, and the URA, uranium business sector. As well as the emerging market fund appreciating by $8, over $8. So here is we're going to go to the history and we're going to show you the scaling out of EXK. You can see it right here. Endeavor Silver sold another 200 shares. If we go to EXK, we're going to notice that that is now one of the final scales to this entire process. You can see I started scaling out at 246, 200 shares at 258, 200 at 260, 200 at 264, 200 at 268, 200 at 272, 200 at 73, 277, and 200 at 282. And every single sell increases my average sell price. So it's a good way to sell position, not all of it at once, to mitigate some risks. Now this is probably one of the most elaborate selling scales I've ever done. So we started here with a market sells at 209 and 217, and then I kept on scaling after that. So basically I've been scaling ever since. I did have some put orders, put sells that forced me to buy additional shares, but I've been scaling out of that. So I've been taking a lot of profits from EXK, and it's one of the companies that have been making the most amount of winning trades through my entire trading time in the markets. So what else? I just bought one Apple stock for kicks and giggles. I'm up $2 on it so far, just because there was a down day. The thing with Apples is that we're gonna get into our topic in a little bit, but the thing with Apple is I can't really stop myself from buying it on dips because they just have so much going on for them. Like that, as time goes on, I'm struggling to find a reason to buy anything else but Apple. They're just such a strong company. You know, their products are still being widely used. They have a healthy negative base of investors out there and haters and competitors, but that just goes to show how dominant they are in their field. And it's really hard for me to imagine them losing value, at least a significant amount of value over time. I think it's one of the safest things to be in a market correction, in a market crash, and I'm really looking for the opportunity if Apple gets undervalued again, like it was in December last year at New Year's Eve, to go really hard in and try to benefit from the subsequent rise. So that's just a personal struggle. I'm looking for things. You know, I want to put money in Spotify, but I've actually initiated two. You can call them short sells, short option strategies for Spotify. I've basically sold some calls against them, but I've covered them with higher calls. They're two call option spreads is what they're called. They're very risky, and I might lose $1,000 on that, but the upside is $150. So I might lose $1,000, I might win 150, but the odds are stacked a little bit in my favor, especially if there's a little bit of a downturn in the markets, and it's looking a little toppy, as they say, and a little exhausted. So hopefully it's a safe bet. So far, I'm pretty flat on the trade today. And it's a trade, and I talked about trades yesterday, about what a trade is and what you need to have for a trade, and I definitely have my time period right. I have my risk calculated, and I know what my maximum loss is, and I know what the execution of it looks like, and I know what plan B is and how I'm going to react when things go my way or things go against me. So it's important, guys, just a reminder to, when you're doing trades, to have all these parameters in place so you don't make silly, panicky, rash decisions. All right, so that's about that trade. You're gonna see it. You can see it right here. It's these two option spreads. So my maximum win is 150, and I have 1,000 of collateral, which I could be losing if Spotify goes above 246, and especially over. I'm sorry, not 246, 146, and especially over 148 by this Friday. So today's topic for discussion is edge. Now, some of you may know, but whoop, that's my microphone. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. Now, having a great microphone stand is not my edge. All right. So, as some of you may know, 90% of traders lose money. 90% of professional traders do not outperform the market, considering their fees and all that stuff. 90% of retailers don't outperform the market, the S&P 500. So only 10% of people really win at this game. So what you gotta, in order to win, what you need, in my personal opinion, is having an edge. Now, what is an edge? Now, I talk about having an edge in other aspects, but it's true in trading as well, I believe. An edge is something that you can do better than anybody else in the sphere that you're competing with. Like, if you want to be the best in the world, you want to have something that you can do better than anybody else in the world and leverage that. You got to lean on that in order to get to that number one spot. Now, in trading, luckily, you only need to be better than 10 average people. So if you can be the best out of 10 traders, that's good enough for you to beat the market, which is a noble goal. Okay, I want to do that. I want to beat the market on every year. That's my goal. So what does an edge look like? Well, what is the one attribute that you can do better than 9 other traders? Maybe it's your ability to read charts and react quickly. Maybe it's your trading ideas. Maybe you have better ideas than everybody else. Maybe you can, maybe you're a better analyst than 9 other traders. You can recognize value in a company better. Maybe you have the best sense for demand and what's in trading and trending better than 9 other traders. Maybe you're the best out of 10 in being able to stay cool under pressure. Maybe you are the best 1 out of 10 traders that's able to make sober decisions and control risk. So what you want to do, or being the bravest even. So what you want to do is you want to leverage that. Okay, so of course you want to be a good overall, but there is a saying that says, be a jack of all trades and a master of one. So you want to make sure that you leverage that one strength that you have, or maybe it's more than one. Maybe you're better than 9 other people in more than just one category, in more than just one attribute. So you want to leverage that. You want to exercise it and formulate your own trading strategy, your own original trading strategy and method around that fact. You want to know yourself. You want to know your strengths and weaknesses. And you want to apply them to the market. You want to try and apply them to this gladiatorial arena of trades that happens every single day in order to beat 9 other people in your little percentage group. So that's my advice for today. And let me know if you have a edge that you think you have that's better than 9 out of 10 people out there, and what it is. All right. If you're interested, I think the one thing I'm trying to leverage is my ability to stay cool under pressure. Like I really don't fold under pressure. My mental strength is really good, and I think that I'm all right at making sober decisions and decent at managing risk. So those two things combined, I think, make me better than 9 other traders. Um, I'm really confident in my mental strength, not as confident as managing risk. Probably, maybe better than 7 out of 10, but I'm definitely better than 9 out of 10 in keeping a cool head and being able to function properly under pressure. Make sure I don't panic, right? So I don't panic when it comes to trading. So I'm trying to leverage that. I'm trying to leverage that ability so I can afford to take a little bit more risk because I know that I'm gonna be able to handle it well, and I know how much, how much loss is gonna turn my stomach in, and I have a high tolerance for risk. So I think that's my edge there personally. But let me know what you think you have that 9 other traders don't. I'd be really interested just to hear. I originally started this channel because number one, I wanted to video log my gains as I'm going to 1 million. But number two, because I was really curious as how other traders are doing, and I thought it'd be interesting for other people to see how one of their fellow traders is doing and the kind of approaches they're taking, and what I'm doing from day to day, and how my gains or losses are stacking up. So yeah, let me know. What's your edge? I want to know. Let me know. All right. I think that's it for today. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out.